Alright guys, it's Saturday morning and we're going to go ahead and get started painting the engine bay. First of all, I just wanted to show you the paint that we're using here. And about 6 months ago, I just kind of had started doing the research on the paint and was shopping around on the online and looking at different things and ran across this product and kind of in an impulse just decided to buy it. And since then we painted a door skin, we painted a rear end, painted a few other parts with it, and in terms of the way it looks and the way it seems to have held up so far, can't really say anything wrong with it. But from what I'm seeing and hearing is that a lot of these kind of products will look good when you initially put them on, and even for a year or two, but maybe 3 or 5 years down the road they start to have issues. But this is a candy kit. And it came with silver base coat and a gallon of the candy and a gallon of clear, a gallon of reducer, and the activator. So the whole kit was like $2.99. And anyway, I know a lot of guys out there are not going to be in favor of this, and I'm kind of thinking about, even myself, do we, if this thing messes up, would I pay $300 to throw this away, and spend $1,000 or whatever on some good materials? Probably. But one of the best ways I've been learning on this entire project, both me and Matt, is just by our mistakes. And we started out with a Harbor Freight gun that was a piece of junk, and even though everybody online said, hey, it's junk, I bought it anyway, and mine's in a box somewhere. So hopefully this doesn't turn out to be that way, but we're going to give it a shot today. Alright, well, enough rambling now. We'll get on out and get started. Alright, well, we've got everything wiped down and just kind of doing the final prep here, putting a little bit of paper down on the floor directly underneath the cars, just so we don't disturb too much. We tried to clean up and wet things down a little bit down there. And one thing that's interesting is after we got finished with all the blocking, where we had that run is still, there's like a stain there. You cannot feel any of it. I dry blocked it initially with some 240, and then we then we guide coated it and wet sanded it out with 400 and 600, and got all the guide coat out. So hopefully the sealer will cover that spot up, and it's, like I said, it's perfectly level. So we're spraying today with the DeVilbiss Techna gun. We've sprayed one time with it, and this will be the first thing we've done with it in any serious way. And I really wanted to get the Segola, but for me, just for the most part, just going to paint one car. It was hard to justify the extra, $150 to get that one, and I already had the finish line gun, and the cup, was interchangeable, so I was able to just buy this gun without a cup for a little bit over $300. So anyway, really wanted the Segola, but we'll see how this Techna does and go from there. So all right, well, we're gonna put some sealer on it and let that flash, and then put the first coat of base on, and we'll come back and show you in a little bit. Alright guys, we just finished putting the sealer on, and didn't really have any major issues. Just going to go with one coat to make sure everything's uniform and one color, and there was a few bare metal spots. So we had urethane primer sealer, and we also had some epoxy sealer, so we used the epoxy since we were going to have to go over a few bare metal spots. So anyway, we're going to let that flash off for about 45 minutes or so, and then we'll spray our first coat of silver base on there. Got our gun taken apart, cleaned it out good, and put it back together. It's ready to go. So in just a little bit, we'll proceed on to the next step. There's Matt.
I'm right here.
Just smiling.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Alright, you saw Matt mixing up the metallic base there, and We got our very first tack coat on here. This is a mistake I made the first time I sprayed this on the test panel. I didn't realize you needed to do just a kind of a light dusting, and sprayed it on too thick and ended up with mottling in some areas. So we just got a light tack coat. We're going to let this flash off for about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then we'll be putting on a little bit more of a heavier coat. We'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. All right, we got 3 coats of the silver metallic on here. The last coat we sprayed on with a vertical gun pattern instead of horizontal to try to make a more consistent, make the metallic lay down more consistently. So looks pretty good. A couple of bodywork issues I see standing out now. Some of them are kind of on purpose. Down at the bottom of this opening here, there was a little bit of oil canning issue going on, and it was low right there, and instead of just packing it full of filler, I just left it low. So we're going to cover all that up anyway. And then right here, the very last coat, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I was getting out of the car, and again, on the opposite side, I guess you can see that right there just a little bit. Bumped it, but it's not too bad. We're not even going to mess with it. Just going to go right over it with the candy. The engine cover looks pretty good. The only problem with it is, this contraption here we're spraying it on collected a lot of just dirt and debris down in this area. So every time I came and sprayed it, it stirred up all that dust and dirt. And so this thing's got some trash in it, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. All in all, though, there really isn't that much dirt in here, even though we don't even have any filtering or haven't set up our temporary paint booth yet. It's looks pretty good. We'll see what it looks like when the candy and clear goes on, though. So, all right, we'll come back and show you some more here in a little bit. All right, Matt's checking out our new candy finish here. We've got 2 coats of the candy on there, and starting to get a little bit of dirt in here. The wind's kind of picked up a little bit, and of course everything sticks to the clear, but a few little places here and there that we're not happy with, but overall the color and all that looks really good. It's pretty consistent. No striping or anything that we can really tell. Not that it really matters much in the engine bay, but this will be good practice for us, and we're trying to make it look as good as we can, and in preparation for doing the same on the rest of the body. So it's going to put 2 coats of clear on it now, and we'll wrap it up.
Let's get this thing done. Good.
All right, guys, you saw us put the final coat of clear on there, and so we got it all wrapped up now. So we ended up putting 2 coats on, and with you know, as I understand it, the candy is basically tinted clear. So effectively, we've got 4 coats of clear, which should be plenty enough for the engine bay. And turned out pretty good. Definitely got some dirt and trash and stuff in it, and I tell you, it's just a pain in the butt to. Especially when you get to the clear coats, because you know, you can't really lean over in here because it's still tacky, and the only way to get, you know, the inside panels and all is to get up in there, and it's just not quite big enough for my big fat self. So, you know, I bumped into a couple of places, and you know, it's not the best, but the color of it's just really nice, as you can see. So anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up and try to get this one uploaded and keep it within the 15 minutes. Thanks a lot.